Hello, hockey fans. Austin here, and welcome back to the channel. This is the pregame report between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. It is Game 5 tonight, back in Sunrise, back in the beautiful state of Florida. And by beautiful, I mean the weather is probably very nice there, very warm, tropical. I've never been there. I don't actually know. If you live in Florida, let me know if the weather's nice there. This time of year, of course, the Oilers, they are looking to extend the series. They are looking to win Game 5 and drag the Florida Panthers back to Edmonton for a Game 6. And I truly do believe if Edmonton does win tonight, if they win Game 5, I think the Panthers, they're going to be gripping their sticks, and the pressure, they're going to start to feel pressure. Florida has to close the series out tonight. If you're a Panthers fan, you want them and need them to close the series out tonight. For the Edmonton Oilers, again, if they play like they did in Game 4, if they're able to continue to stretch the neutral zone, have a forward kind of, I don't want to use the word cherry pick, but that's kind of what the Oilers were doing. They were really stretching the neutral zone. That really prevents Florida from being as aggressive on their attack on the forecheck because they have to have a forward back and their two defensemen, and that prevents that three-man attack in the offensive zone. The Oilers were able to really expose the Florida Panthers in Game 4, and if Edmonton is able to continue to expose the Panthers just a little bit, just enough so that they can get on the attack and attack off the rush, the Oilers were able to get numerous odd-man rushes against the Panthers in Game 4. If Florida doesn't make a proper adjustment, there's two things that Florida can do here. They can either double down on their aggression on the forecheck and really try and prevent the Oilers defensemen and forwards from even breaking the puck out, or they're going to play a little bit more passive, and they might have two forwards forechecking instead of having all three, taking care of all of the zones on the ice. If they start to play a little bit more passive, you'll see the Oilers, they're going to be holding onto the puck a little longer, and guys like Broberg, Nurse, Ekholm, and Bouchard, they don't rush the puck as much. They don't rush passes, I should say. They are good at skating. They are very mobile. If Edmonton can get their skating game going through the neutral zone into the Panthers zone, and if they're able to continue to find a way to beat Sergei Bobrovsky, who has shown that he is a little bit mortal right now, that's a good sign for Edmonton. There's going to be lots of hockey left to play. There's 60 minutes minimum left in this series. So let's see how it plays out. The projected lineup for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, I don't foresee any lineup changes at all from Chris Knobloch. I don't think anyone's coming out. I don't think anyone is being inserted. There's some speculation about Evander Kane. Chris Knobloch said the chances of seeing Evander Kane in the series again are good. I don't really believe that. If the Oilers were to win Game 5, there's no way he's going to be changing that lineup. There's just no way, in my opinion, and I don't think Evander Kane is going to be playing tonight either. Every single forward contributed in a positive way in Game 4, and I expect him to continue to reward this lineup. First line, you're going to have Fogle with McDavid and Hyman. Second line, Nugent-Hopkins with Draisaitl and Holloway. And Dylan Holloway, he's starting to find his game here. He is on the cusp of breaking out into a true top 6 talent, and he has played more than good enough to remain in that top 6. He's been rewarded with this ice time. As the playoffs have progressed, Dylan Holloway's game has improved, and as an Oilers fan, I am very excited to see his future. Third line, you're going to have Janmark with Henrique and Brown, and they were all over the Florida Panthers in Game 4. They shut down the Barkov line. They scored a couple goals. One of them was shorthanded. If that line, whoever they go up against, I'm comfortable with the Janmark, Henrique, Brown line against any line for the Florida Panthers. It's up to Paul Maurice to decide who he wants to line match against. I don't really think Paul Maurice is like a crazy line matcher. I think he feels how the game is going in the moment, and he makes adjustments on the fly, but I don't know. He doesn't strike me as someone that cares that much about the line matchups, but he cares enough where he does want certain guys out. He will want Barkov out against McDavid. I think if the Barkov line ends up out against the Janmark line again, expect the Janmark line to continue to play very well. Fourth line, you're going to have McLeod with Ryan and Perry, and then the extra forwards, the forwards I don't expect to play, Kane, Carrick, and Gagne, as shown with a little asterisk by their names there. On defense, you're going to have Ekholm with Bouchard, you're going to have Nurse with Broberg, and Kulak with CC, and then Vinny Desharnais, he is going to be the odd man out on defense, and Stuart Skinner is going to get the start. So I mentioned a little bit keys to the game for the Oilers and Panthers. Panthers are going to have to adjust. They're going to have to figure out how to stop the Oilers stretching that neutral zone out, how to stop their one forward from kind of breaking the zone early, kind of cherry picking a little bit. And for the Edmonton Oilers, they're going to be looking to continue that sort of attack, and they're going to be looking to continue to attack Sergei Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky has given up 8 goals against in his last 84 minutes and 53 seconds that he has played. He was pulled in Game 4 early in that second period after Darnell Nurse made it 5-1. If there's a little bit of crack, if there's a crack in Bobrovsky's game, if the Oilers have figured something out here, Bobrovsky, he's going to be under the microscope from fans from both teams. Sergei Bobrovsky, he's a terrific goaltender. He is instrumental in the fact that Florida is even in the Stanley Cup Finals. He was putting up some historic numbers heading into Game 4. Of course, the Oilers have found a way to break through. And if you're Edmonton, you need to continue to break through, and they need to score on him early. The earlier Edmonton gets a goal on Bobrovsky in Game 5, that plants a seed of doubt. And then Florida, at that point, they might be gripping their sticks a little bit, and Edmonton can continue to go on the attack. And if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan, you have to be happy with Connor McDavid as he is starting to heat up. He has 1 goal and 5 assists in his last 32 minutes and 41 seconds of time on ice. That is 6 points in his last 32 minutes, and he had 4 points in Game 4. He had 2 points in Game 3. So for Connor McDavid, for the Edmonton Oilers, that is a good sign. The Oilers' top players, Leon Draisaitl had a couple of assists. Nugent Hopkins is on the board with a goal. Hyman is on the board with an assist. Real good signs here for the Edmonton Oilers, especially that top 6. And, the power play, it finally did break through. I don't expect too many power plays heading into Game 5. But if Edmonton does get at least 1 or 2, they have to make them count. They have to find a way to score more than just the 1 for 6 that they went in Game 4. They really need to make the power play a difference maker here. But the good sign is Edmonton's top players are starting to produce, and that, that is going to go a long way if Edmonton is going to climb this mountain, this crazy hole that they have put themselves in. They are trying to find a way to climb back out. The series is not over yet. We'll see if they can win this game. And Stuart Skinner, he has a 2.50 goals against average in the Stanley Cup Final with a 900 save percentage. For Stuart Skinner, he just needs to maintain those numbers. That gives the Oilers a good enough chance to get their offense going and win a hockey game. Stuart Skinner, as long as he doesn't give up 3 or more, I like Edmonton's chances a lot. As long as he puts up a 900 save percentage, I like Edmonton's chances a lot. We cannot have performances like in Game 3 anymore. Stuart Skinner, he has to play more game. We have to have more performances like he had in Game 4 than the performance of Game 3. I thought he played pretty well in Game 1 and 2. I don't really put either of those losses on him. Game 3, for sure, I think you wanted a little bit more from Skinner, but Game 4 was terrific hockey from Stuart Skinner, and his numbers, they don't pop out at you the way Bobrovsky's were before Game 4, but for Stuart Skinner, the numbers on the screen that you see, that's all we're asking for. 900 save percentage, 2.5 goals against average. That is it. And hopefully Edmonton is able to break through, continue to push on offense, find a way to steal one in Florida. You know how aggressive Florida is going to be. They're going to be pushing right away. They're going to be physical on the attack. And if you're the Edmonton Oilers, you have to weather that first 10, 15, 20-minute storm. If you have to weather the whole first period, don't be surprised. Florida, they are going to be in full-on attack mode, and they're going to be trying to get on the Oilers as early as possible. They're going to be trying to get on Stuart Skinner as early as possible. Now, we've seen some Oilers players run into Bobrovsky. Sometimes it looks intentional, sometimes it's not. Expect the Florida Panthers to start doing that to Stuart Skinner if he continues to play as good as he did in Game 4. Florida, they're not happy with how things played out. Some guys had some looks. They hit a couple goalposts. We talk about puck luck. McDavid mentioned it earlier in the series. Maybe the Oilers didn't get the puck luck in quotation marks, but you have to be, you have to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. Florida, up until Game 4, they were the better team. Edmonton was the better team in Game 4. Edmonton needs to string together a second consecutive game here. Obviously, if they lose, the season is over. Florida hoists the Stanley Cup. If Edmonton wins, we're coming back to Edmonton for Game 6 on Friday. And if the series comes back to Edmonton for Game 6 on Friday, expect a Game 7 to be forced by the Edmonton Oilers. I would be very hard-pressed to say that Edmonton would lose a Game 6 at home, especially in front of that crowd. And the Florida Panthers, the pressure is on here. They're going to want to do what the Boston Celtics did. Boston Celtics, they won the championship last night in Game 5 in their home barn. Florida's going to be wanting to do the same thing. They do not want to go back to Edmonton for a Game 6 because all the momentum at that point is in the Oilers' favor. Now, in terms of my actual game day prediction, just like Game 4, I was given a script. I can't divulge what's in the script other than saying that the Oilers will force a game 6. You heard it here first, everybody. The Oilers will force a game 6. That is the game day prediction. And by prediction in quotation marks, it's been written, it's been done. Obviously, I'm joking. There is no script. Whatever happens, happens. I obviously really want the Oilers to win. I'm happy that they've at least kind of made a series out of this. I don't think anyone wants to see a sweep other than Panthers fans for obvious reasons. I really, really hope the Oilers are able to find a way to force a game 6 tonight. What are your game day thoughts? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, if you like today's video, make sure you hit like. If you really liked it, make sure you hit subscribe. I will be live streaming the game tonight. I'm very excited to interact and hang out with all of you. I'm excited to see if the Stanley Cup gets awarded or if Edmonton is able to force a game 6 on Friday. Tune in tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain. I look forward to it. Tell someone that you love them. All right. Take care, Oil Country. We'll see you soon.